mean, it wasn't just that you have a habit of smoking that's keeping you from waking up. It was that you have something going on in your life that says you're not measuring up as well as you ought to be or as well as you want to. You didn't talk to me about that.
Oh, God. I occasionally smoke pot, yeah.
No, I'm not asking you to confess. All of you have things that you're engaging in your lives that you don't want to be engaged in, or that you feel are wrong for you. And your definition of those things arises out of a fundamental belief that life is polarized, that there's good and bad, matter and spirit. And in this conflicted frame of mind, you see conflict where it doesn't exist. And then you try to get rid of the conflicted things rather than the perception that defines everything as conflicted.
Right.
And then, aside from that, you use this bad habit as a way of justifying not appreciating yourself, which is another issue.
Mm-hmm.
And what I asked you was not what other things are you smoking, but take a look within yourself.
Yes.
To see what other means you are using to invalidate yourself or keep yourself small in your own mind. Because you'll find that they're based upon the same kind of belief structure. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure what these things are then, what they are.
You will soon enough. I just want you to notice in the future, when you're not feeling good about yourself,
Yeah.
okay, that will be one of the things. If you'll take a look at when you're not feeling good about yourself, and then seek out what the focal point is that you are using to justify not feeling good about yourself, and look at it squarely, and you'll find that it also will be something that can be corrected by acknowledging that there is no matter, that there will always be a claim of matter associated with it.
Right.
So you just watch the next time you're not feeling good about yourself, and examine it carefully. Okay?
Okay.
You'll find it very helpful.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Indeed.
And I just want to say, Erica and Sabu send their love to you.
I know.
And me too. Thank you.
You are welcome. We will take a break. Okay. Just as an addendum, and I'm not going to go into any detail on it, there is no matter, but there is substance. And substance is spirit. Substance is spirit. Substance is spirit. what causes spirit, what you might call the energy, that is spirit, to have form? What forms, what causes spirit to take a recognizable form? An idea. God has an idea. The moment God has an idea, spirit renders it visible and tangible. The simple thing that I want to deposit in your mind again is that this leaf, literally, right here, right now, is an idea. Paul's fingers are touching and moving an idea. Literally, every object you see is itself an idea right here, right now. And the meaning of the idea is embodied so as to be recognizable, experienceable. And you call it visibility and tangibility, you call it fragrance and texture and so on and so forth. These are all aspects of the meaning that is embodied in the visibility and the visible and tangible form you see, but the form is nothing more than an idea that is experienceable. You look at the window in the glass in the window. You could call it a force field. You could call the sheet of glass a force field, as in Star Trek. A force field is impenetrable, but it's not matter. The glass is a force field, but it's not matter. The glass is an idea maintained in the mind of God by God. And I want you just to tuck that away. Everything you see and touch is right now itself an idea. You're not touching matter. All is mind. All is the conscious experience of the movement of the mind of God. Your mind is the mind of God experiencing itself infinitely. Just have fun with the simple thought that no matter what you pick up, it's an idea. This is a combination of ideas. You see? Right now, it's an idea. It's not matter. You just think you're handling matter. It's not what's going on. It's mind experiencing the meaning of an idea. Now, at the moment, because you think it's matter, you don't experience the full meaning of it. Paul can put these glasses on and they don't fall to the floor, and you think it's because his material ears and his material nose are holding the material glasses in place. But when he becomes clear about this, he could set them on the top of his head and they would fall to the floor. if that served purpose, you see, because there's no matter to it. Everything is an idea right now. Be with those words with innocence. I mean by that, let them open up doors in your mind. You just think you're in a material world, full of material objects. But you are not in mind, you are the conscious awareness that is mind, in which all conscious experiences are going on, no matter how tangible they seem to be. Or let me put it this way, no matter how tangible they seem to be, they are never become material. That's why I encourage you to look at everything with curiosity to see the more of what's there than what you're seeing. And in a way, that could be taken to mean that you're going to see less. Because you're not going to see matter there anymore. You're going to see substance. And again, the substance, which is spirit, is also love. And I'm reiterating this so that you're reminded to pay attention in a new way. That means that the substance, which is spirit, that looks like a pair of glasses, is the substance which is living love, which means that if your eyes are opened, if your mind is undefended, you would find yourself being loved by this particular idea. Everything that you see, being the expression of God, is the embodiment of His love. And it embodies it by giving it. And so everything in this room, everything in this town, everything on this globe is, for lack of better words, radiating love. Why? So that you might experience it. Okay. I've said this before, and I could go on and on. I just want you to remember to think, to look at things with the idea in your mind that what you are seeing is actually right now an idea, the substance of which is spirit, and it's not matter. Right now, right here. The kingdom of heaven is not somewhere else. It's right here, available to you if you're willing to look with different eyes. And I mean by that, if you're willing to look without employing your pre-existing definitions of it. Okay. Hands. The gentleman in the back row there?
Good afternoon, Raj.
Good afternoon.
May I ask a question for a person that was unfortunate not to be here today?
No.
Okay.
I would like you to ask a question for yourself if you have one.
I do. I have a 18-year-old son, and I'd like to know, when's he ever going to stop lying? Everything he does always has a reason to protect himself and never just tell the truth.
when he finally feels safe. And while you can't condone lying, while you must object to it, don't let the objecting to it have priority over finding out why he doesn't feel safe. Let more of your energy go into, to the best of your ability, providing an environment with him that is not threatening. And I will tell you that as long as you make an issue out of the lying, you will not be making it easy for him to feel safe enough to start telling the truth. He's afraid that telling the truth will convict him, which isn't true, of course. You're not the only one he does this with, but each one he does it with is a different dance. It's the same dance with different partners, and you can become one of the partners that he doesn't have to dance this dance with. Don't define him as a liar. Define him as someone who doesn't feel safe, and then give your attention to how you might be able to be with him in a way that allows him to feel safe and thereby have a confidant. And don't assume that because he does it with everyone, you won't be the exception. In other words, that because he lies with everyone, he will lie with you. The two of you can do a different dance. That's the end of the answer.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It takes two to tango. So you are playing, you are participating in the dance. You are, at the moment, half of the dance when the two of you are dancing together. I'm not saying that to say you're causing it or you're to blame. But if you understand that the behavior, he's not engaging in the behavior by himself, that it's a pattern of behaving with you that persists because neither one of you is introducing a new dance, a different option. And you can introduce a different option that will cause the pattern that's currently being acted out to be able to change. Okay. Hands. Right here.
Hi, Raj.
Good afternoon.
Good to be with you again.
Indeed.
Thank you. I'm wondering if I'll be with my current employment a year from now.
Why?
I didn't want to get into all that.
Do you want to be?
Yes. Do you want me to go into the why?
Yes.
Well, I've been with the company as an independent contractor for 29 years and was a leading producer a long time ago. And now they're letting they changed the structure whereby the old agents that aren't producing, they're letting go. And I wanted to stay till I was 65, retirement age. And so I've seen other agents go by the wayside that are my vintage, and they're hiring all the new kind of folks, young people. And I was even told that directly by management. And I had some concern about it, so I thought I'd ask you for peace of mind.
Well, this isn't what you're expecting to hear. You are not being honest with yourself in this respect. It would be convenient to stay there until you're 65, but you don't really want to. And what you want is what you'll get. And if you will be honest with yourself and behave consistently with your honest feelings, you will not suffer. I mean, the fact that you don't really want to continue doing this for another year is not because you're lazy. It's because you have no energy for it anymore. And it's not because of your age. You don't have energy for it anymore because there's a new direction for your energy to move in. And so if you will be honest and act out from your honesty, the transition, the shift will occur. Easily. Dishonesty is itself tiring and depressing because you are not in tune with yourself. You're at odds with yourself. That wears on you. And I'll promise you, you're supposed to be having more fun than that. Don't sell your soul for benefits. Don't sacrifice yourself for benefits. Don't override your integrity for the sake of form. Stay consistent with your integrity and vitality, and fulfillment will stay abreast with you, or you will stay abreast with it. And you'll be easier to live with. Risk the chance that being consistent with your honest feelings will keep you in the vital flow of fulfillment. That's the end of the answer.
Thank you. I have a daughter that's in management, 30-year-old daughter, and she's wanting to step down from management because it's too much for her and go part-time and then go into massage therapy, get her license and go into massage therapy. Does that look like a good direction for her?
It is if she is being consistent with her integrity. It's the same answer for her as for you. She will have to take a look at that and be honest, and then dare to live out from that honesty. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Hands. Right here.
Thank you, Raj. Two questions. One may be short, if I may be as bold as asked to. One is, you were crucified on Friday and rose on Sunday, and I guess my question is, what transpired on Saturday? And the second question is, much has been said about an age of enlightenment.
Wait.
Sure.
What happened on Saturday? The assumption is that the resurrection occurred on Sunday. Why would I hang around in that tomb? The minute the stone was rolled to close it, the resurrection occurred, and I left. And there was a favorite place of mine in the hills nearby that I went to. And you might say that I meditated. It would be more accurate to say that I held the tone of the meaning of the events that were transpiring. There was a lot of turmoil and antagonism going on because there wasn't understanding of what was going on. Blame and guilt and sadness and accusation and finger pointing were rampant, together with a sense of my loss. I stayed, for lack of better words, with the Father. Because a teaching was occurring. A potential for a miracle. I mean by that a sudden shift of perception on earth.